Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Retro and this is my weekly video game finds part 101. The celebration is over, so pretty soon you will know who has won those free retro games that I give away to celebrate part 100. This week I want to start with an Atari VCS or Atari 2600, and this is the Woody model. So as far as I know, this was the first model. There's multiple variations of this first model, but this wood-fronted 6-switch Atari is the first model. Came with 6 games: Cosmic Arc, Pitfall, Moonsweeper, Bump and Jump, the infamous Pac-Man, and Combat. There is something special, at least I think it's special, not 100% sure, because on the back it says that this was produced or manufactured by Atari Wong and in Hong Kong. I know there's a variation of a California version, and I'm not quite sure if this is rare or this is the standard version, because I'm not really big into Atari and I haven't had a lot of these. It's in great condition, by the way. The previous owner has been really careful with this one. I'm gonna look that up because I don't know, and if you know, let me know. Then a bunch of PlayStation 1 games. This first pile I got from a friend. They were a gift. This is Colony Wars, Dodgem Arena, Rainbow Six Lone Wolf. This is a new mission pack for Rainbow Six. Personally, I never really got into the Rainbow Six series. I love strategy games, but this was just too much for me. This game I did love. Played Worms on my Game Boy a lot, and Worms 2 on the PC. I actually even played that online competitive a long time ago. Then Toka Touring Car Championship, Ronaldo V Football, and International Track and Field. Then a second pile of games which all came in one purchase: Ape Escape, Resident Evil Nemesis, so it's part 3, Resident Evil part 2, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, and this is an ex-rental copy, as you can see with all the stickers. The thing is, it's in a smaller box, and as far as I know, this did not get released in a smaller box. And if you look really carefully, you see that the spacing here is smaller than the spacing here, so it just got cut off. They did a nice job. It's not horrible. It's not a horrible cut off, but yeah, it is a bit mangled. Crash Bandicoot Part 1, Twisted Metal Part 1, Mega Man Battle and Chase, which is a sort of Mario Kart Mega Man type game, and I haven't played it, but it's probably pretty horrible. At least that's what I heard about it. Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped, Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back, and this is an actual small box version. So if we compare that to the Castlevania one, you see that here the Y really touched the bottom and here it doesn't. So those are all small indicators that this one got cut up a bit. Final Fantasy Part 8, Resident Evil Part 1, Digimon World, and another copy of Crash Bandicoot Part 3. These are all games that were in my collection but got replaced with either better copies, more complete copies, sealed copies, whatever. Parodius for the Sega Saturn, Xenosaga Part 2, which you saw a couple episodes ago that I now have a sealed copy, and this is not on my to-play list, so I prefer having a sealed copy to an open copy. Same goes for Digital Devil Saga, Legend of Sayuki, Saint Seiya the Hades, and this copy of Raiden 3. I already had a sealed one, but this is the Italian version, and now I have the English version, and I always prefer English versions in my collection. Then I have another PlayStation item, which is a really special one, and that's because this is a press kit, and it's one of my favorite press kits, and also one of my press kits of which the unboxing video takes the most views. And now I have an extra copy, because this is the Crash Bandicoot 3, so Crash Bandicoot Warped press kit. This comes with a t-shirt with an inflatable Crash on the front, really cool. And if you want to see what's inside and what else is in there, just check the video. This is number 708 of the 2130 out there. Not sure which number my other one has. I'll probably sell the higher numbered one to keep the lowest number in my collection. Just before I'm off to the retro convention in Elst this weekend, I got some more games in. First, Fragile Allegiance for the PC, big box game. It's a really difficult strategy game, space strategy game, not really my kind of game. Then for the PlayStation 2, another copy of Space Channel 5 Part 2, which is a really rare game, and I haven't had this for a couple of years, and now I have 2 spare ones. Then a set of GameCube games, Wario World, Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, Ikaruga, Geist, WarioWare Inc., which is an amazing game. This game is so much fun if you play this with 4 friends. The amount of hours I've played this game is just beyond counting. It's just so much. And then Zelda The Four Swords Adventures, the big box version, which comes with Game Boy Advance cable. You can use your Game Boy Advance as an extra controller in this game. And let me see, there it is. So this is the big box release, and you don't see it quite often, especially not in good condition, because this cardboard is quite low quality. Is not the exact word, but it's not super. But yeah, this is quite nice. I already have this, by the way, but I don't think mine is that nice, so I have to check which one is nicer. These are really the last few before going off to Elst. Super Scope 6, Super Mario Kart, Super Mario World, Asterix, Zelda Link to the Past, the American version, and Jurassic Park. And then a couple of Game Boy games. Let's get a focus there, there we go. Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Yellow, Tetris, Smurfs, and Pokemon Silver. So that's it, time for a convention. I'm back from the convention in Elst, and it's time to show you guys what I brought home. The convention was, for me personally, successful. I found some great games, sold a lot of games, and it wasn't a really big convention, but it was fun. I had a good time. So this first thing is something I have never seen before. I got this offered to me, and I couldn't find a lot of information about this. It's the Professeur Saitou, and this is a console, an educational console for kids. And I think it only got released in France. I'm not 100% sure, but I can't find anything else than French information about it. As you can see, it has some games pre-installed, and this is all educational stuff. But as you see here, with the console, you actually have cartridges. So it's a cartridge-based gaming console as well, but extremely obscure. Yeah, this is, I had never seen it before. That's the basic reason why I picked this up. I don't collect this kind of stuff, but when you see something this obscure, trust me, always pick it up, because sometimes these things can be worth a lot of money. Let's get to the more mainstream stuff. At convention I usually find some good big boxes, because there are a lot of people that have those things and sell them, but there are not a lot of people that collect them, so I can find some really good stuff for cheap prices. Discworld, this is a Dutch version with the book box. This is not my favorite kind of release. There is a big box version of this. I have this in my collection as well, and I'm just waiting to get a big box version to replace that. Then Interplay 10-year Anthology, which is a cool collection set which has, let's see, Mind Shadow, Test Times, The Bard's Tale, Wasteland, Dragon Wars, Battle Chess, Lord of the Rings, Castle, Star Trek 25th Anniversary, and Another World. Then we have an upside down Ultima Ascension, which is Ultima Part 9. And then here I have Phantasmagoria, and this is the Deluxe Limited Edition it's called, and this is a felt box, little small box, and it has a really cool system in there, if I can get it open. Because if you see these CDs, if you take off this lip, you can put the CDs like this, and it just falls open. Really cool little system. Something you could make if you're very good with folding paper, etc. So these are the PC games. Then I have some Famicom games. Normally I don't pick these up because I have no clue about Famicom games, and these are obviously pirates, multi-cartridge pirates, 220 in one, 1000 in one, 700 in one, 260 in one. But the reason I picked this up is this bad boy. This is the Honeybee Famicom converter. It's a 60 pins to 72 pins. So you put your Famicom game in the top, and in the bottom it becomes a 72 pins NES cartridge. The reason I picked these up is because this Honeybee converter is the best converter out there. It's the best brand of Famicom converters, and they are quite popular, so it's good selling or trading material. I myself do not collect Famicom. I do not collect Japanese stuff. I have to draw a line somewhere, because you know how full my collection room is, and if I start collecting Japanese stuff it will only get more crammed. PlayStation games. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure for the PlayStation 1, quite a rare title. The front is really faded. It's, yeah, It's not the way it's supposed to look, and it's also missing the manual. But I picked it up cheap, and this is a really good fighting game. Love that game. Muppets Monster Adventure. Then for the PlayStation 2, Final Fantasy 12, Kingdom Hearts, Ico, Silent Hill 2, Director's Cut, Kingdom Hearts 2, East, the Ark of Napishtim, Maximo, Army of Zin, Dragon Quest, Journey of the Cursed King, and Final Fantasy Part 10, which is my favorite part. Then I have two replacement Nintendo 64 control units. I have some broken controllers. A friend of mine has a shop and he sells these. And I'm actually going to make a video on how you replace this. It's supposed to be really easy, but still, yeah, why not? Now I have these. And then for the PC, just a dual case version of Jazz Jackrabbit 2, The Christmas Chronicles. As far as I know, there is no big box version of this game. If you do know about a big box version, please let me know, because Jazz Jackrabbit games are games that I played a lot during my childhood, and I'd really love to have a big box version, if that's out there. Time for some Sega games. Mega Drive and Genesis games, 32X and Dreamcast stuff. Ghouls and Ghosts for the Mega Drive, Genesis version of Streets of Rage 2, Genesis version of Battletoads, Mega Drive version of Wonder Boy and Monster World, and a Genesis version of Insector X. I had never seen this one before, by the way. Then we have Virtua Racing Deluxe for the 32X, and the golf game for the 32X. Told you before, this has a really strange name if you think about it, 36 Great Holes. I can think of movies that had the same name. This is something I stumbled upon. It's a what do you call it? It's a promo version of Shenmue, so a press version. I didn't know that these were made for Sega games as well. I'd never seen these before, so that's the reason why I picked it up. The box is nothing special, but the discs show that it's a promo or a pre-release version. And then normal Dreamcast games: Power Stone and Tech Romancer. Complete games for the Super Nintendo and NES. This is XLA, Super Castlevania 4, Super Alesti, and Magical Quest starring Mickey Mouse. And then for the NES we have Bionic Commando and 2 copies of DuckTales, which is a really cool platforming game. But if you're into retro gaming, this is one of the first things you know. DuckTales is a great game. Before I show you the stuff that ends up in my personal collection, I wanted to announce that medio this week, so somewhere around Wednesday or Thursday, I will be posting the video online to announce the winners of the celebrational giveaway that I did a couple of weeks back. It was a crazy amount of work. I didn't expect that, but I got so many good replies and so many referrals, etc., that it took me almost a day to get every name and every choice down on paper. So now I need to do the random pickings with a random number generator, and then Wednesday or Thursday you'll know if you won something. So a little more excitement for the rest of the week. So let's get to the games. First, 2 Vita games, and I only have 2 at the moment. I think I have Rayman Origins and Uncharted Golden Abyss. So this doubles my collection again, and I'm really looking forward to trying this one. I don't have the PS3 version yet, and it does look really cool. So. And also I just want to have some good games for my Vita, because I do love my Vita, but the games are quite, yeah, scarce. Then we have Plasma Sword for the Dreamcast. There was a guy at the convention selling his Dreamcast collection, and I picked up some games that I didn't have or that looked obscure to me. This is one of those games that looked obscure. The Floygen Bros. Episode 1, never heard of that. Same goes for Pen Pen, Dragon's Blood, and Out Trigger. Then for the GameCube, Geist. I actually didn't know this was a GameCube exclusive. I had it a couple times, sold it again until I found out it was an exclusive, so I'm keeping this one. And this last one's for the PC, Dementia State of Mind, also known as Armed and Delirious in America, I believe. A couple of days before the actual release date, this one came in. It's the Assassin's Creed 4 Black Chest Edition for the PlayStation 3. I did an unboxing video of this already. It's on my channel, and if you want to see it, and this box comes with so many great items. It's definitely one of the best collector's edition I have and I've ever seen. So really check out that video for this Black Chest Edition, which was only available in the Ubisoft store, so you couldn't buy this in your local store. 6 more items and then this video is over, and as usual they do not get more common and cheaper near the end of the video. This is a Game & Watch I didn't have yet. It's Fire, complete in box, in, yeah, pretty good condition. It's not super, but it's It's definitely good condition, I'd consider. And it's one step closer to a goal I will never reach, a complete Game & Watch collection. Then Shining Wisdom for the Sega Saturn, and this was one of the last 3 games I was looking for. On my list now are still Dragon Force, which I will probably be getting next week, and Mr. Bones, the Saturn, the PAL version. And when I have those, I consider my Saturn collection complete. Then 2 Mega Drive games, Generation Lost, quite an obscure one, I had never seen it before. Picked it up at the convention for €5. And same goes for Toxic Crusaders, and there's something special about this one, because if you look at the side of the box, it's not in super condition by the way, as you can see, it says Genesis. Look at the front, it says Mega Drive. So what's the story behind this? If you look really close, I'm not sure if I can show you guys this on video, but there's a line here, and it goes all the way down there. This is actually a Genesis version that got imported to the Netherlands, and yeah, they were basically too lazy to make it to make a new front for the box and new labels, etc. So they just put a sticker over it so that it shows Mega Drive instead of Genesis, because the manual shows Genesis, cartridge shows Genesis, but the box shows Mega Drive, and it also plays on a Mega Drive. So this is quite a rare one. And I actually bought a toy in this series, which I will be getting in a couple of weeks, because that was a toy I had as a kid, but you will see that in a couple of weeks. So 2 more items. First, for the Super Nintendo, Final Fight. The Final Fight games are rare. Can't tell you anything else about that. These are rare. And they're also very popular, which make them quite hard to find and quite expensive. This is the first one I have. There's also part 2 and a part 3, and those are really, really rare and expensive. The last item for this week is a really cool press kit that that I got from someone at Sony, and I'm really happy with that. And this is the Puppeteer press kit. It looks really cool. It's a high quality book, and I didn't play the game yet. I saw it at first look, but I didn't have time to play it. But it does look really promising, because the artwork is amazing. Here you see the review disc, and here's some of the artwork that's in the book. Like I said, I haven't played it, and the person playing it where I was watching had no clue what to do, so I didn't really see what the game was all about, but it looks really cool, and I'm definitely going to try this thing out. So I'm really happy to add this to my collection. So that was it for this week. If you want to see more, check out my channel, subscribe, and like me on facebook.com/drretromd, and I hope to see you again next time. Thanks for watching, bye bye.